Hey guys, this is Shakaama. I want to just talk about MGTOW, the black culture, and divorce. Now, about a year ago, I made a video talking about Judge Judy saying that for child custody, it's supposed to be, and it's written in the law, that the custody should always be joint custody, and that it would then be that you would have to prove some sort of terrible parenting in it, and it would have to be specifically parenting, like say child molestation or something like that, that you would have be awarded single custody or lesser than visitation. Even psychologists have come out and said that even the worst man or the worst woman, let's say they were bank robbers, let's say they were muggers, let's say they were, what else could you think of just really bad? Let's say they were Wall Street insider traders. The worst people, that even so, when they go around their children, their own children, they're first of all, completely different people, and they are parents. It is something in the blood that when you deal with your own flesh and blood, it changes you. And this is the worst part of feminism, that you would deny visitation, because the only people you're hurting society at large. And here's where I really get offended at this whole feminist thing, that you are actually increasing a few things. You're increasing child molestation. Child molestation occurs in 70% single female interaction with children. 70% increase in child molestation. They don't talk about that. You're increasing the possibility that the child will turn into some sort of criminal. You're increasing depression. You're increasing suicide in children of single mothers. All of that increases. And it's clearly politicians don't care about you, and they don't care about your children, and they don't care about children in general, because they're going along with this feminist stuff. But wait, I asked the question, who created this whole women are 90% awarded custody of children? Who created this? Was it women? Was it feminists? Was it politicians? Shocking answer. No, it was none of that stuff. It was none of those people, none of those organizations, none of those groups. It was lawyers. I just heard an account of a black woman who got a divorce, and she said point blank, they had a prenuptial, and she said it would have been nothing for her to completely walk through that prenuptial. And she said, and he got the house and he got everything. And she said during the divorce, she got tons and tons of phone calls from lawyers telling her, hire me, I can squeeze him for every red cent that he has, and he will end up with nothing, and we will take all of his money. Now, I'm assuming that she got a divorce because simply they just didn't fit together or something like that. Something that I don't agree with, but they were at least mature enough to come to this conclusion together. Okay, let's get a divorce. And literally, she says she didn't fight him on anything, and, and she's fine with everything. Awesome lady. I think, and not bad to look at. But that's beyond the point. But it was lawyers who created this entire deal of, and feminists are now claiming that it was them that got women child support and alimony, and it was not. It was lawyers. Why? Because the man has all the money. They will destroy and encourage, and here is the idiocy of all of this. You go along with it. They will destroy and encourage you to destroy your marriage. They'll put on TV the most ridiculous marriage ever, and they will make ridiculous, over-the-top circumstances and situation of a married couple on either side. Ridiculously awful. Oh, he left the seat up. I don't think I've ever heard anybody in my family run and yell at their husband for leaving the seat up. And if you run and yell at your husband for leaving the seat up, there is something humanly wrong with you. Now, I know you have comedians making jokes about it. But you have Hollywood making these circumstances, and they're relatable, right? In your home, your husband might leave the seat up. Here's what you don't do, but Hollywood does. So now in the Hollywood version of the marriage, she runs and yells and screams and throws dishes at him and says, leave the seat down. You need to think of other people other than yourself. Well, let's turn that around. He has to always adjust the seat to what he needs to do in a toilet. And if push comes to shove, if you had money to, and this is what I've encouraged, have your own master suite, a his and her master suite. But because you're peasants, you don't think like that, first of all, and you don't have the money to do that. And trust me, all of that stuff, like there was the show of Who's the Blonde Chick, and she was married to the singer, and they would have fights just all the time, and then they would have fight, and I would say, wait a minute, wait. Both of these people individually are millionaires, and after the show they got a divorce. They canceled the show and they got a divorce, right? Both of these are millionaires. I'm not a millionaire. I've had maids and butlers, and all you need is a maid. They're screaming about the laundry, yelling about the laundry. And of course, it's reality TV. And let me clue you in. There's a guy who's not the cameraman, who's standing just behind the camera, and he says, in action. Okay, I want you to scream at him about the laundry. Oh my God, I can't believe you don't separate your laundry. Oh my God. All of this puts it into your brain, women, that's not a perfect marriage. And the perfect marriage, which then let's switch over to the perfect marriage, because Hollywood presents that. Hollywood presents that the man does everything the woman wants, and that a good man would be a one who serves the wife, the one who buys the girlfriend everything under the sun. She comes out of the front door, and there's a big red bow wrapped around a Lamborghini. And she goes, oh my God, I know somebody who's going to get some tonight. That is not a perfect marriage. That's not a perfect relationship. A perfect relationship actually stems around respect. Not only respect for yourself, but respect for that other person, and respect for your children and your family, and that you're building a legacy together. Now, please leave black people completely out of your whole feminist notions. First of all, most of the feminist propaganda is all a lie. Feminism has not done stuff for women. Never has. Women were not forced to be in the kitchen. Never. Women were in the kitchen because they loved their family. They loved their children. They loved their husband. And these are the 50 and 60 and 70 years old you see walking in the park holding hands. And on Friday night, she gets her little mink stole and her pearl necklace in her nice little modest one-piece dress. And they're going out for a night on the town, still dating at the age of 70, just as happy as can be. And feminists are so two-faced that they say that they want women to have options, but the option that you should choose is to be unmarried, no children, and your high-heel shoe firmly planted on some man somewhere. That's the option that you can choose. And if you are a housewife or domestic goddess or climbing the corporate ladder half of the year and the other half of the year raising children, changing diapers, you chose wrong, and you're a horrible, horrible idiot woman for doing so. I said the other day, under a completely sexist man, completely sexist. I want you to think about that for a second. Get that in your mind. Think of the most sexist man possible. Women actually fare better under complete sexism than they do this feminism, because feminism destroys women. It does not uplift women, because at the end of the day, the sexist man is going to love the woman and uplift the woman. Oh, I love her boobs. Oh, I love her butt. Oh, you're just a sexist. Yes, I'm a complete sexist, but I love women. I completely drink and breathe women. What does feminism do? Oh, you're a horrible person if you stay home and raise your children. What? How is that horrible? We're in the situation that we are in right now because feminism has encouraged a single motherhood. Encouraged. And for all of you people saying that it's a horrible thing, I want you to then turn to any feminist, your nearest feminist, and say, you did this. And you don't want to admit that most child molestation comes from these single women, these single mothers, these female-only businesses centered around children, school, daycare, camp. 70% of child molestation is from a woman. Go look it up. You're online. Google is right there. Go look it up. Black women are single. Black women are not more single than white women. Not even close. Not even. It's impossible, first of all, but it's not even close. And I've already made videos about everything that you hear about black people is a complete and utter lie. But I saw it. No, you did not. No, you didn't. What you saw was somebody manipulating a bunch of stats. It's called statistics. I can literally pull up all of the raw data of something and make it look like Jews are overpowering big, strong black men. Oh, yeah, because I'm a statistician. I know how to do that. How do you like that? And what's really crazy is I can literally find one picture of a big muscly Jew and he's overpowering some nerdy black guy. Yes, we do exist. And then make that the poster child of Jews are so much stronger than black people, it's not even funny. And here's the data to prove it. Data. Didn't your nightly news tell you that black people are overwhelmingly violent and criminal? Then you go look at the raw data and see it's not even close to that. 75% of all arrest and incarceration of black men are for simple marijuana possession. You can go look that up in the book called The New Jim Crow. I'll put a link to it in the information box. 75% of all black men incarcerated, that means they're actually in jail doing time, are there for simple marijuana possession, not beating up anybody, not raping anybody, not shooting anybody, not mugging anybody, not breaking and entering, not burglarizing, not even, what is it when you stand on the corner or whatever? Not even that. Not even drug dealing. How do you like that one? The war on drugs is literally to simply capture black people and put them in jail. And here's what's really crazy. If I got those 75% of black men to actually get a lawyer, that would be reduced to about probably 10%. That's how powerful lawyers are. And that's how stupid black men are. Always get a lawyer. Well, everybody gets a lawyer. Everybody get a lawyer, okay? All of you. Black, blue, green, yellow, polka dotted, pink, Sasquatch. I know you're out there listening to me, Sasquatch. Get a lawyer. You do not need to feed the industrial, what is it called? The incarcerated industrial complex, the prison industrial complex. You do not need to feed that. And it doesn't make anybody any safer. It doesn't make you any safer to have black people sitting in jail. And it's actually, black people, the incarceration rate is actually going down. Nobody wants to tell you that either. I've told you every single metric about black people that you hear. Oh, black people did this. Oh, black people, a complete lie. Oh, black people are having children out of wedlock. Nope. Oh, black teen pregnancy is up. Nope. Black teen pregnancy is more than, no, it's not even close to white teen pregnancy. Not even close. White teen pregnancy is more than all of the other races combined. And black teen pregnancy is actually one of the lowest. It's right next to, no, it's actually the lowest. It's even lower than Asian teen pregnancy. Oh my God, never hear that. MGTOW. Black people don't need MGTOW. Black people are social. White people are not social. What do I mean by social? Black people exist to be with black people. Let me repeat that. Black people exist. Our existence is to be with black people. We want to actually impress black people. We want to be with black people. We want to be happy with black people. We want to spend our off time with black people. White people don't want that. I don't know why I'm laughing, but white people don't want that. White people literally, if you could leave white people alone, if they could live in a city of cubicles, white people would love that. Literally, I could walk down the street with Domino's. These are actual Domino's, not Domino's Pizza. With Domino's, and I would get about 20 black men with their heads raised in the sky, sniffing the Domino's. And if I sat a table there and placed the Domino's, they would all bring chairs. Don't even know each other. They would sit down, put their chair down, sit down, shake hands, and say, "Okay, you and me partners, let's go." Black people are social. We are social. From the Day one, we are social. And just to reiterate about the whole violence and all that sort of stuff, you have many tribes in Africa till today who do not punish wrongdoing. They shame wrongdoing. Now you've got the CIA coming to Africa and readjusting the culture where you got mad at this guy, shoot him, and here's an AK-47, and if you shoot him, I'll give you $20,000 because they figured out that you give an African an AK-47, all he's going to do is go and sell it. What do I need that for? Even today, there are still tribes there's a tribe in Africa that if somebody does something wrong, they gather the entire tribe, set the wrongdoer in the middle, and they praise him for all the good that he has done over the course of his life. And the guy is reduced to tears, and then he begs for reacceptance into the tribe. And this is so successful that you have no recidivism. There we go. I said that perfectly. But in Western culture, you don't have such a thing. In fact, you don't have any sort of rehabilitation. It's all to make money. Let's get back to MGTOW. MGTOW is a white thing because white women, because I think white people are not social beings, white women are so selfish and now so immature. There is no, I don't think there's going to be a future of some 70-year-old couple walking through the park holding hands, happy as can be because they've put together a family and now they're happy with their grandchildren running around or great-grandchildren running around. I don't think there's going to be such a day anymore. These white women have been so battered by propaganda from lawyers, politicians, and feminism that they don't even know what it is to be a woman anymore, period. And they are very bad mates for men. I agree with MGTOW on that level, but MGTOW is racist. They do not want black men in there to begin with. And the only time they actually want black men is when they're doing a head count. All right, come on, black man, let's count you. All right, okay, we got 10,000 that showed up to the meeting. Okay, let's report that to the New York Times. All right, all right, black guy, bye. But black culture isn't like that. We exist. The men exist for the women and women exist for men. However ratchet rap is, you can still see peaks of black culture in it. Peaks. I'm not talking about black men do not run around calling their and if you are a black woman and you hear a Negro calling you a bee or a female dog or whatever, that guy's ratchet. You need to walk the other way because I bet you you're going to find 10 real black men. The impetus or the energy today of the black culture is to find real black women and real black men. However idiotic that statement is. All you need to do is, I believe, is just date up. If you're a ratchet, low-class black woman, you need to take a shower, put on something modest. You don't have to turn into a Muslim. And go find yourself a middle-class black man. And offer something other than your body parts. Be a good wife. Black people, when we marry, first of all, we don't get divorced at all. We don't believe in divorce. We don't. If you're a black person who believes in divorce, you have been culturized by white people. You have not been culturized by black people. And that's just a fact. We have a different culture. You need to learn that and accept it. We are not white people. We will never be white people, no matter how much you dye your hair blonde, straighten your hair, talk like Poindexter. And I literally mean talk like Poindexter. I'm not talking about talking like me, because black people do speak English. It's so funny. The most thugged out gangbanger from California I met, and I'm talking about a lot of them, they had the most proper English I'd ever heard. So obviously it's not a point of intelligence or anything like that. And just as intelligent as can be. Why they're doing criminal activity, I have no idea. Other than they have a whole bunch of excuses of why they're doing this instead of running a business. Maybe they just never heard me talk. But you need to understand that we have a different culture. Black women do not need feminism. Black women have never been oppressed by black men. Never. From the ancient times in Africa, it was always man and woman. Always. Even our gods are man and woman. It's this whole Western culture, this whole white culture, this whole European culture that puts man at the top And while Africans put men at the top, it's just men at the top. And sitting next to them is a woman. It's all about family. This family. Who your people? Who your people is. They don't say who's your father. They don't say who's the grandfathers. They say who are your people. Who your people is. That is, what family do you come from? And then you don't list mom and dad. You list mom, dad, uncle, grandmother, grandfather. Are they still alive? If they're, yeah, the whole 9 yards. White people, I'm sure you've never ever heard that. And my people we're not talking about black people. We're talking about my family. My people come from Louisiana. My people come from Arkansas. Take my last name, go to Arkansas and say, I know T-Bone Jackson, who's in Redding, California. That's a place, right? And I bet you the Jackson family in Arkansas will say, oh my God, come on, we're about to eat. Do you like something? Black culture. We're not the same culture as white people. We will never assimilate. First of all, they won't let us assimilate. Let's be honest about that. And that's not a bad thing. The Amish haven't assimilated. They don't care. Italians, not assimilated. Irish American, not assimilated. And they keep crying about the Muslims want to assimilate, the Mexicans want to assimilate, the Hispanics want to assimilate, the Asians want to assimilate. They don't care. It doesn't matter if you're making that money. It really doesn't matter. A lot of it is they want the money out of the group. That's what they're really talking about. Okay, anyway, MGTOW, white. Feminism, white. Black people love each other. Black people, social. Black people live for each other. It's not racism, because if that's racism, I want you to go over to the Amish and I want you to call all of them racist. Then go to the Mormons, call all of them racist. And I want you to go to Little Chinatown, call all of them racist. Little Mexico, call all of them racist. Oh, and then you go to Minnesota and tell all of those white people, you all are racist. And if you're from Canada, go to Vancouver and tell all those Asian people that they're racist. Okay? Right? And the only reason that you know about Haitians is because Haitians stick together, live together, and they have a certain culture. That's the only reason you know about. We don't have an actual word for quote unquote black people because we're just black people, right? But if we actually accepted that we have our own separate culture, and it's so apparent, this is why white people keep stealing everything from the culture, stealing it, packaging it, and selling it right back to us. And then we complain, well, because you're out there buying it. If black people stopped buying their own culture back from white people, it wouldn't be a problem. If no black person ever watched anything that Miley Cyrus did twerking, never bought one of her albums, it wouldn't be a problem. We'd be like, well, who cares? But we're actually the biggest consumers of everything. We make the culture, they steal the culture, package it, and then sell it. And then it's actually the number 3 largest export from the United States to the rest of the world, and it's black culture. So much so that in Japan, they have a Japanese subculture that they tan and put on dark makeup, get cornrows, I'm not even lying, wear gangster rap type of clothing, hip hop, and they literally call them black Japanese. And you have Japanese people cursing and spitting in English, ratchet English. Go look that one up. Our culture and all of the nuances of it are the world's largest export, our culture. But we're so broke. We're only at what, $1.7 trillion a year? We should be at about $500 trillion a year. But we don't package our own stuff. We let somebody else package it. You need to stop that too. And for all of you, I want to grow up to be a rapper. Okay, then you go find yourself a black publishing house. Black managers. Stop going to these Jews. You're not going to get anywhere. I'm not saying stop rapping, because I think there is, if I control the rap, there will be some benefit to it. But hey, one of these days, stop going to these Jews. Stop going to these white people. White people are no better than black people. Trust me. What's his name? The one that the Asian chick married and then took half of his money. He was a billionaire. Kimmy Laura Simmons, big time. And he's black. That's who you need to. P. Diddy, black. L.A. and Babyface, black. You don't have to go to a Jew and then turn around and complain about the Jews. You don't have to go to them. You have options. It's a brand new day, baby. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. You have a wonderful day. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you.